Hey there, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
All right, another show. We got one that's not so heavy today. It's one that's near and dear to us. Talk about it a little bit for me, okay?
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little fantasy football, man. We got a nice league. It's been going on for a long time, man. We've been together for a couple of decades, doing the fantasy football, man. We're gonna talk about that a little bit, uh, delve into how we do it and some of the rules. And then we're gonna talk a little bit about the WNBA, who might get rookie of the year, who might get MVP, and then talk a little bit about the couple of weeks topics. What's going on in the political world, and then close it out. But like we always say, we want people to subscribe. You can find our content on YouTube, Gents Making Sense. You can find us on social media at Gents MS on X, and then at Gents MS on Spoutable. We always put our content up shortly after we finish, so you can look at our shorts, and then you can go ahead and go to YouTube and watch the whole show. But please subscribe. All right.
That's it. That's it. Go ahead and subscribe. And you know what happens when you don't subscribe. You know exactly what happens when you don't subscribe. We do a little thing here, and I'm
do it now, or I'll hunt you down. Smash like. Do it now.
Do it now. Smash and like.
Do it now.
Yep, exactly. So to get us started, we're gonna give you a little background on how fierce fantasy football can be, and in our league, believe me, we are fierce. We talk a lot of junk every day, all day, and if you don't have a ring, you can't talk. Suleiman.
It's rigged, man. It's rigged, man.
If you don't have a ring, you can't talk. So let me give you this little sound bite. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. We're just going to listen to a little bit of it.
If you don't know what I mean, if I were to ask you, are you in a PPR league and who's your handcuffer, Russell Wilson, then clearly you're not one of the more than 75 million Americans who play fantasy football. So let me translate. I'm asking if you keep score by points per reception and which player you'll substitute if quarterback Russell Wilson gets hurt. Just like real-life football is its own world and has its own language and has become a huge business, fantasy football has too, to the tune of $11 billion a year. So says our next guest, Nate Jackson, who played both. He spent 6 seasons in the NFL. You might remember him from his best-selling memoir about his time in the league called Slow Getting Up. Now he has a new work about his latest obsession, Fantasy Man, a former NFL player's descent into the brutality of fantasy football. And Nate Jackson is with us now from NPR West in Culver City, California. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good. So how did you get into fantasy football?
Well, when I stopped playing the real thing, I was a bit adrift in the world, and I was exploring some new things. I was writing, and I have a group of buddies, high school buddies, college buddies, childhood friends that play fantasy and have been for a long time. Those guys asked me if I wanted to be in their league. And so I accepted graciously and gotten to see the other side of the coin, the way fantasy football fans analyze the game. And I thought it was an interesting template for a book to see the fantasy world versus the reality.
You make the case that fantasy football is actually even a bigger business than real football. How is that possible?
Well, it's attracting all these new eyeballs, and so it's giving people a stake in games that otherwise they would not be interested in at all. So if I have a guy on the Carolina Panthers on my team, I might be more inclined to watch a Carolina Panthers game where typically I would have no interest in it. And so it seems as if the full saturation of fantasy football is something that the NFL's behind because they are endorsing it, they are marketing it, and it's become a big moneymaker.
The subtitle of the book is A Former NFL Player's Descent into the Brutality of Fantasy Football. Now, you have plenty of exposure to the brutality of real football. What's so brutal about fantasy football?
Well, it's brutal the way we objectify these guys and the way we treat them on our fantasy teams when they're not working for us. When a guy sustains some debilitating injury that's going to involve surgery, rehabilitation, medication for that human being, we just cut him. He's gone for us.
I got to ask you about that. I mean, here's a guy, who wrote a whole memoir about, you described so vividly just the pain that what your body goes through. You turned into that guy?
No, I didn't. For me to be able to satirize the fantasy football world, which is what I do in the book, I had to kind of play both sides of it. I had to dive into it. And I do have a conflicted relationship with the sport. I love the sport of football. I don't love the business. I don't love the way it objectifies players, but I was kind of trumpeting the conventional wisdom of the fantasy football world, which does rejoice when a player is injured.
At the end of the day, do you think that fantasy football is good for the sport or not?
I don't think it's good for the game. I think it flies in the face of pretty much everything that we have been taught as football players growing up. And I'm not saying that everything we were taught is correct, but what fantasy football does is it tells you that the result of the game doesn't matter. The only thing that matters are your statistics, and if they're not relevant, then be gone. We don't need you around. Every football player, especially every offensive player in the NFL, wants the ball in his hands. They had the ball in their hands in college. They get to the NFL and assume that's going to be the way, but a lot of us have to take lesser roles because that's what we're asked to do. But fans believe that this guy should be getting X amount of catches, X amount of yards, and when he doesn't get that, they attack him. And they attack him on social media, and they make him feel like a failure. These guys are not failures. They're the cream of the crop. They've worked their entire lives to perfect this trade, and then they get to the top, and they're being attacked by fans who aren't satisfied with their work.
So are you still going to play?
All right. So there's a little bit right there. That's a mouthful there. Mouthful.
Yeah, that was good.
From a former player, no less.
Yeah.
That plays fantasy football all the time. So, as he said, it's brutal. And when your player get hurt, you discard him like he's nothing, and we can't use him no more. You see people, you see us running to put him on injured reserve, or either cutting him according to how bad he's hurt and everything, and trying to find the best player left around. Now, all my years of playing fantasy football, it's been about 20 years. I'm gonna give you a little background of our bowling league. We call it the bowling league because most of us was at Bowling Air Force Base in Washington, D.C. Most of us either worked at the Pentagon, worked at Bowling Air Force Base, or worked at Andrews Air Force Base, or we were in some kind of civilian mode at some of these bases and everything. And we just got together. I think we started out with 8, then we went to 10, then we went to 12, and we've had a waiting list ever since. We just get in there, and at first we all met together because it was the old time stuff where you had to bring your Sports Illustrated, all your football books, and you had them marked up on what player you're going to take and all this other stuff. And we go to a bar and we sit there and we talk junk, and somebody had to write down every draft pick and everything. It was exciting and it was fun, but it was tedious. I think it took us, when we first started, I think it took us anywhere from 4 to 5 hours to finish a draft,
Yeah, long time.
Yeah. So it was really crazy. Now we got websites that host your fantasy football league, and it's all digital now. You draft online. You don't have to be in the same city. And you can set up an automated draft so that the site will draft the players that you list, and if you don't have it listed, it'll draft the best available player at that time. Now that hurts a lot of players sometimes. So I try to, and I've never missed a draft. At the end of 1 or 2 drafts, I might have went on auto, but I've never missed a draft.
Right.
And, because everybody think the draft is won in the first 3 to 4, maybe 5 rounds. The draft is won in the last 3 to 4 rounds, and who you pick up during the year. Who do you pick up? during the
Be
year.
your backup.
You heard her talk about handcuff. Handcuff, the way we see it, is a good example is Pittsburgh. If I draft Pittsburgh starting quarterback, um, uh, came from
Russell Williams.
if I draft Russell Wilson, somebody that's been playing for a long time is going to draft his backup, who is from Chicago, Justin Fields. So they have effectively handcuffed me because if Russell Wilson get hurt or go off the field, I can't replace him with Justin Fields. So I've been handcuffed, and some of our guys in the league are pretty good at it. One guy I know that's real good at it is CJ. CJ plays that game a lot of time, and the thing is if he does get hurt, if your first string quarterback get hurt and your second string quarterback is not on anybody else's roster, you have first dibs at it. Somebody can't. Our ad drop period starts on Monday. Starts on Tuesday morning at 8:00 a.m. You can't add a drop until Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And the thing is we used to have guys that would put their pick in at 8 a.m. and take your backup quarterback because they know you need the backup.
Right, that's right. Yep.
So we changed the rule and gave that person rights to refusal up until Thursday at 8 a.m. So you got 2 days to decide if you want the backup quarterback or not. So we did little rules like that. Now, I'm going to ask you a question or two now that you got some idea how we do our draft and everything. During drafting, how do you what is your thought process when drafting the tight end, the kicker, and defensive position? These are positions that most of the time don't garner a whole lot of points, but they are important. So what is your strategy?
Yeah, for me, I mean, fantasy football for me, I mean, it's all about the receivers and running backs. So you should use the early rounds to get lots of running backs, lots of receivers. Towards the end is when I'm going to try, probably around the 5th or 6th round, I'm going to grab a tight end. Thing about tight ends, man, is, I mean, there are 32 teams in the league. There's tons of tight ends you can take. If you got an opportunity to get Kelsey, you want to go ahead and grab him because he's the best tight end in the league. Defense, the same thing. You want to wait till in the later rounds, but if you have opportunity to get a really good defense like San Francisco,
Ravens,
the Ravens, Miami, somebody like that, you want to go ahead and grab them. Kickers are another one. I look at kickers similar to tight ends, where you got multiple choices for kickers, man, and most of them in the NFL, you got a few there to give you 50-yarders on a regular basis, but most of the NFL kickers are going to get you, 30 to 45 pretty easy. So I don't put much stock in kickers. Mine is running back and receivers, and then quarterback. And again, quarterback, there's 32 quarterbacks, and most of the quarterbacks, at least a third of the quarterbacks in the NFL are going to get you some points during the day. You want to grab Mahomes, because he's going to have 2 or 3 games in the season where he goes completely off. But yeah, that's my philosophy, is to get those special positions, particularly wide receiver.
Yeah. Now, fantasy football. Let me answer my own question first, and then I'll go back to the wide receiver thing. With tight ends and kickers and defense, like you said, you're gonna wait to with a tight end, you can grab a tight end 5th or 6th round. Like you said, Kelsey, those guys that gonna catch a lot of passes, those tight ends that's gonna catch a lot. Baltimore Ravens, they go to their tight end a lot.
Yeah.
So their tight ends are they're very important. So you got to kind of study the team and understand that the team passing scheme, if not revolves around the tight end, it features the tight end a lot. Right. So if you know that tight end is going to catch a lot of balls, you can get one in 5th or 6th rounds, So, but I usually don't get but one tight end on draft day. That way I can draft more wide receivers and running backs. Same thing with defense. I only draft one defense, so I have more room, and one kicker. On draft day, I only draft one of each, so that I have more room to get those long shot running backs and long shot wide receivers, or rookie wide receivers, or rookie. Maybe one of them might. You don't have off weeks until what is it, week 6, I think.
Week 6, 7 or 8, I think it is.
Yeah, so that gives you 7 weeks to see if those long shots of yours are going to work out. Right. And if they don't work out, then you use them as add drop to get you a kicker for that week. You know what I'm saying? So that's my strategy when I'm drafting them. Now, fantasy football, especially the way we play fantasy football, used to be a running back league. Running back got all the yards, got all the touchdowns. But now, since the NFL changed the rules and made it harder for defenses to guard wide receivers, the wide receiver is the most important position, wide receiver and quarterback. So my strategy with that is to try to find the best wide receiver quarterback combo and try to do the same thing.
I got
who we got on?
Hold on tight. Hold tight. We got somebody added on to us.
Happy birthday.
Rick.
If I'd have known it was your birthday,
Rick,
I'd have brought you something.
Oh, you're right.
Rick.
Hey,
you on the air, man.
What y'all doing?
We on
here tonight. Look like a packed house.
You on the air tonight. we got some more players in here.
Oh, okay.
You on live, man.
You on live now.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off the mic till I get in the car.
Okay, that works. But those are some of the strategies you use to get your tight end, your defense, and your kicker. So we're gonna try to ask. We're gonna hopefully Rick get situated so we can talk to him a little bit and get his thoughts.
Let him go ahead and get in the car. The only thing I wanted to add is that if y'all were saying something about people that played the sport before and now they do fantasy football. That's why I do it, because I love football. I used to play football, and this just gets me as close as I can get back to the game. So that's why I like doing it. Now, I haven't been very successful in this league, but like I always say, man, I play chess, not checkers, man.
Right. I got you.
I'm gonna get there at some point.
You got to get that ring, man. You got to get that ring. Now,
look, when I win, y'all gonna be hating life because I'm gonna be talking all type of mess.
That's what I did. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to get a ring. When I got it, they couldn't stop me, But that's part of all of it. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes I don't like playing fantasy football because you spend a lot of your Sundays cheering for people you don't really want to cheer for, You got them on your team, so you got to cheer for them, You don't have, and very rarely do you get to select your players that you like the most, because our league is so educated. Right. These guys know how to handcuff. They know who to pick and who to piss you off. Pick somebody and piss you off. They know that. So our league is really tough like that,
Yeah, I've learned, man, over the years is I still watch football, man, even though I want my fantasy guys to get a lot of points and stuff, but I like football. I'll watch football. I mean, like, for instance, in our league, I got Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback, and then I got Henry. So they play each other on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I want both of them to do well, but I want Kansas City and Baltimore to win.
Gotcha.
So
I got
it's all good.
Baltimore is my team, so
Right.
I'm ready for Baltimore to beat Kansas City and get a head start on the league and everything. But Bate got my quarterback, Jackson, so I never wish Bate well. So, but I got to cheer for Jackson, so now I got to wish Bate well now. So,
I know. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
So it's hard sometimes looking at it. You ready, Rick?
Yes, sir, I am. What you were saying that you wanted to know how I can never get over the hump to win the championship.
You ain't won the championship either.
Yeah, I mean, I got close twice.
No cigar though.
Oh,
man.
I thought I was the only one that haven't won yet.
No. The year that I should have won, my quarterback made it into the playoffs, and that was the year that they were resting starters.
Oh man, don't you hate it?
At like the last minute, I tried to get somebody that might have played.
There you go.
I was done. Done.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. We were talking about handcuffs, how our league is so educated that they know towards the end of the year, guys be making moves because they know that their quarterback might be sitting down and resting.
Yep.
So they go get a quarterback that's on a team that's losing, Because all you want is points. That's all you want is points.
And it really doesn't matter. Like sometimes people go with names, sexy names, but like you said, everybody's pretty well knowledgeable of how to equalize or neutralize your good player.
Yeah,
exactly.
For example, like in the early years, you might be lucky enough to get Hines Ward the first round and then double back and get Roethlisberger. So now you got points on top of points.
Yeah,
right.
On top of point. That's what we just got through talking about. Also, you got to get lucky with it. Now,
I mean, if you get a great quarterback like Jalen Hurts and you get AJ Brown, but you don't know.
Did you say a great quarterback like Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, I know that you probably.
Who the hell said Jalen Hurts was a good quarterback?
I mean, hey, when you a runner-up for the Heisman, twice. You played in two different systems in college. And you played it, you played at such a high level last year. I mean, he's no Dak Prescott.
Okay. So you get a quarterback. Go ahead with your thought. I'm sorry, I was temporarily blinded by the light.
Correct. Yeah. See, if you get a superstar quarterback and then you get a stud receiver, then you're pretty much counting on either your defense or kicker or tight end just to get extraordinary points, and that'll put you in the position to definitely get a win.
Good point. We talked about that earlier. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, because some quarterbacks, I mean, like, I hate to say his name, Daniel Jones, but he's good for 19 points.
Yes.
The only thing you got to worry about him is he might get 9 points and then he'll go to the sideline, point to his thumb, and then you out the way.
Yeah, exactly.
So some people, like the time Tannehill was killing it. I mean, he was averaging like 30 points a game. Right. And then all of a sudden, when you needed him, he was hurt. Yeah. And it could, that. Because he was my quarterback that they rested like they were on their way in the playoffs, and they lost the first round after resting him.
Exactly.
They should have kept passing him the booze and let him stay drunk and let him keep passing.
Right. The thing that I've done, Eric, I've been in this league since the beginning, and every year I draft a star rookie quarterback. I spend an early round pick with a star rookie quarterback.
Okay, so do you want Caleb Williams? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would take Caleb Williams, but right now,
what would you give me for him?
No. I got my
I don't
own.
know what would you
I
give
got
him.
my own
If
right
he's
now.
done,
He's trying to make
no,
moves. He's trying to make moves on the podcast.
No. I got my own. I got Washington quarterback. You know, I got.
oh, you don't have a quarterback. You don't have a
Huh?
quarterback. Don't worry about it. He ain't got no receivers. So
But
I
that's
mean,
all right.
Well, he
That's
got
right. He's a backup quarterback. You know who my number one quarterback is, right? You know who that is, right? Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
oh well, he's
That's
done too. They about what's what. You might as well start the rookie.
that's a guaranteed 35 points a week.
But who's he throwing to this year? Diggs is gone.
He got his man. Watch it, man. He's a quarterback. You know that, man. Unlike Jalen Hurts, you know.
Oh man, this is sounding like it's political.
Okay, tell me this. Tell me this. I'm gonna go, Eric. I'm gonna go to you first. No, I'm gonna go to Suleiman first.
Okay.
When you set up your weekly lineup, do you have a system, or do you just let it ride?
Wait a minute. What you mean? No, I got a system. I look at who I'm playing and who they put in their quarterback and their lineup, and then I base mine off of that.
So you don't just let it ride. You got a system.
No, I got a system. I don't let it ride. I usually try to change mine every week, man. I try to go back and look and say, okay, what did my bench guys do last week, and who are they playing this week? Because if you play somebody like the Chargers, and then you coming back and you playing the Ravens,
yeah,
then I need to adjust my lineup because they're not playing against the same players.
Exactly. Gotcha. How about you, Eric? Which one? Which way?
I mean, I'd go with the better players.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless who I'm playing against, I just go with the better players because considering the NFL is scripted, they're going to let their good players that's going to sell jerseys get some kind of points.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to play the injured card. They're going to, as people say, they're going to get theirs. Right. I mean, if you look at the Chiefs, they haven't had an undefeated season. So that means somebody gets in them at least once or twice every year.
Right.
But they got the same team. They got the same players that can come back the next week and, run it up 40, 50 points. But, it sometimes it's strategy and game plan. But I just started playing my better players against whoever they put up against me.
Right. Okay.
It's all luck, man. It really is all luck, man. I mean,
yeah. I think it's a combination of luck and I think it's a combination of luck and skill, because over a period of time, like you said, you look at who they're playing.
Yes.
If your running back had 100 and some yards last week against San Diego, but that same running back is playing against the Ravens this week, you ain't gonna play that running back if you got a suitable backup. So that's where the skill part come in there, So I think it's part luck and part
skill.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. So next question, Eric, you gonna I see you muted, but I'm gonna let you go first on this one. When you trading, are you looking to get the best player you can, or are you trying to handicap somebody?
I'm a little selfish when it comes to trading, and I've minimized my trades because by having the number of teams that we have in this particular league, when you're trading, you're just trading apples for oranges. You're really not, taking full advantage of somebody like some people attempt to do. Like, right. You might want to trade Daniels if somebody's packaging like Ayuk and maybe the Ravens defense. You're like, oh, well, this person needs a quarterback. And you, as you would say, handicap a hamstring them, and you come out looking like a king. Nobody's going to take that bait.
Gotcha.
Hold on, Rick. We got a sorry ass Philadelphia fan in here, man. So.
Chuck
Don't
has
do that.
joined the group.
Don't do
I
that.
mean,
Don't
I
do
like
that.
it. I like it.
Don't
Yeah.
do that.
I like it. I mean, it's hurt season. It's hurt season again, and I'm pretty sure that it's gonna look better than it did last year.
Well, Eric said he said a great quarterback and Jalen Hurt in the same sentence.
Yeah, what you disagree with that, Tony?
I say it should be a very good quarterback. I don't think he's a great quarterback.
I'm okay with very good.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of hard to put great on since we use it so loosely. Like they say, LeBron James is great.
Exactly.
Yeah, and when he's
Yeah,
not wearing his
LeBron James
dresses,
is great.
when he's not wearing his
He is.
dresses and being being the best
Yeah.
dad ever, like he was the first black parent to tell that kid to come work with him.
Right.
Hey,
Kid
LeBron
work
James
week.
is just a kid,
You come work with
from Akron, man.
And the only
Now-
reason his
now-
son was available was because they pulled that fake heart attack stunt. But it's okay. I digress.
Oh God.
I digress. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
nobody in the history of the world that had a heart attack gets picked in the NBA draft. But what do I know?
Hey, man,
Hey.
stop hating.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Stop hating.
Yeah. But now if you had said great quarterback Lamar Jackson, I could see that.
And he has a ring, right?
No.
Okay.
What is Lamar done? Like, okay.
Yeah. What I mean, because
What
Lamar,
if they won? What if they won?
Two leagues most valuable player. Two leagues.
Have they been in the
most
Super
valuable.
Bowl yet?
No championships.
None.
and now
Zero.
making less money than like 4 other people in the same
Suleiman,
position.
Zero championship.
Come on, man.
And
Come on.
They opened up Thursday, right?
Did he
Yeah.
ever get a
that's what
driver's
we're doing.
license? Did he ever
Yeah.
get a driver's license?
Come
I
on,
know
man.
he's had a problem
Y'all-
getting
Come on,
that.
man. Come
Y'all
on.
got y'all, y'all
We
got
don't
y'all
have to
fantasy-
go there. We don't have to go there.
y'all
Somebody
got y'all
need
fantasy
somebody need to take Jackson to a barber, man.
God.
Yeah, he can't do nothing. Once it's going, it's going, baby. It's sliding back.
Look,
Somebody need
see,
to go and take care of it.
y'all don't understand, man. Jackson is next level. He just ain't reached his level of greatness yet.
Now, who are his
Thursday-
receivers again?
Thursday night gonna tell a lot of Thursday night gonna come
Who
on.
you pick?
Okay, we got our subject. Come on, Chuck.
Go ahead.
Tell us what you think about draft. How you look at your draft when you drafting your defense, tight end, and kicker. Those that's gonna make the difference in the long run.
Defense, tight end, and kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really think about it, when you're talking about fantasy football, defense, tight ends, and tight ends, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Tight ends are crucial to fantasy football. But man, defense and
what round would you get your tight end? What round would you get your tight end?
So when I do my draft, personally, when I do mine, if I don't get my top players, or if I'm in that bad slot, like 10, 11, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12, where I got to pick and all them good guys are going, I might take the best tight end off the board.
Right.
Like maybe with like my 4th pick.
Yeah. We said 6. So 4 in those slots, you're right. And when you those 9, 10, 11, 12 are bad picks, man. The way we do our draft, you either got to win it or lose it to get good drafts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so and then kickers, you might get about 8 kickers, man, are legit. Their points are gonna be the same.
Yep.
So you can kind of wait until the end.
That's what I was saying. Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of get a kicker.
Yeah.
Kickers, man. There's at least 8, 9 kickers are gonna get you the points.
Yep. And there's 12 of us in our league, so you can kind of wait. And I'll venture to say with defense, special team, a lot of times in our league, defense, special teams comes off based on who your team is.
Exactly.
A lot of people gonna pick their team.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm gonna pick the Cowboys early.
Exactly.
Regardless of where it is, they're gonna pick their team so they can get it.
Exactly.
I do it myself. I'm an Eagles
And
fan.
I think Bake just pisses me off every year. He get the Ravens before I can get them. I know the Ravens got a good defense, but I just can't bring myself to get a defense before the 7th or 8th round, man. I just can't.
you also got to look at, in our league, we got petty season going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
No
petty
doubt.
season.
No doubt.
People know I'm an Eagles fan. They know,
Yeah.
Suleiman, is it the Browns or the Bengals?
Bengals, man. Bengals.
So he the Bengals. Chris like to be petty.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Chris know who our teams are, so he's going to pick. Oh, if he can't get his Raiders, he's going to take somebody else's team.
Yeah, I know, man. Who the hell took my Bengals this year, man?
Oh my God!
Was that Eric?
So how many championships have you won?
You take my Bengals?
Rick did.
They were available. I tried to take the Ravens because they win a lot, then losing the playoffs if they make it.
Right.
They haven't done anything since they lost.
So y'all just want to use my Ravens, huh?
For sure.
Yeah, since they haven't had Trent Dilfer, they can't get over the hump.
Oh my God!
What were you asking me, Tony?
Johnson,
huh?
What were you asking me?
Yeah. How many rings have you won?
I have 3.
3. He had to think about it, y'all. Think about it.
He got so many.
When you get it a lot, it doesn't mean anything to you. It doesn't have to say back.
I'm the reigning champion. I'm the reigning champion right now.
I play you this week, don't I?
And I'm gonna beat you.
Oh
wow!
I just thought about that. Oh my God! I just thought about that.
Because I got my top player. My top player.
Who you got at quarterback?
Who you think?
Not Jalen Hurts.
Of course I do.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Of course I do.
That's beautiful. I wish I could have got him.
Man, Josh Allen gonna kill him. Allen gonna kill him.
No. Jaden's gonna get you points running the ball and passing the ball.
Same with Josh Allen.
NFL, when it comes to fantasy,
last year I got 50 points at Josh Allen twice.
When it comes to fantasy,
did it help you win the championship?
Forget them drop back
the way to go
in fantasy. Forget them drop back quarterbacks in fantasy. You better get one that can run and pass.
Yeah, exactly. You're right about that.
So you need a superstar. You need a superstar.
Yeah.
And so you're right. Lamar is going to give you that. And some of them young guys are going to be surprised. And I wanted some. I wasn't able to get one. Who is my backup? Oh, I got
just in case you need one, Sir Charles, I do have a rookie quarterback. Who, he was the first pick overall. So
no, I'm banking on Deshaun finally, like the light bulb finally coming back on, and he plays like a capable quarterback again this year.
Let's hope.
Man, Deshaun need his medicine, man. He like Tiger. He need them white girls, man.
Oh Lord, he need a good
exactly, and he like to take it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he got to take it. He don't want it just regular.
He want them violent dudes, man.
Yeah. I got he want to take it.
and it's so crazy the life he lives with his beautiful girlfriend and everything.
Bro, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I really don't.
Yeah, she's not good at role playing anymore. She burnt out. He got to get it.
I don't get it, man. These athletes, man, some of these athletes, man, be having the most beautiful women. Now, granted, we don't know how they are at home. We don't know what's going on at home.
Yeah.
Man, they just lose their mind, man.
I don't get it. I'm with you with Deshaun. I mean, Deshaun's, his girl good to go, man. I don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand it either. Okay, so another question we have for you, Chuck, is when you set your lineup, do you have a system, your weekly lineup? You can tell me now. Just because we play don't mean,
No, I try and stick with my 12. Unless after a couple weeks, a quarterback is not doing what he needs to do. What is that? Rick over there messing stuff up.
Yeah, Rick got it. He getting it.
What the hell Rick doing, man?
Yeah, he trying to get his mic together.
Look, man, go get a millennial, man, and show you how to work the stuff, man.
Dude, Rick is an educator too, man.
Yeah. Oh.
Look, so no, I get my lineup, man, and I try and stick with it. Rick got potato chips and corn chips, all kinds of stuff going on over there, man.
You got a lot of feedback, Rick.
No, man.
Turn it down a little bit.
It sounds like you're the trash can in there, man.
Right. He just muted it. Nah, so yeah, I try and stick with my lineup, man. I give them a couple weeks before I start tinkering with stuff. Like I know who my top guys are, and that's who I'm gonna roll with this week. And then I have to see, man. See where I'm at.
Gotcha.
For that.
Gotcha.
And that system usually works.
Yeah, I don't know what he's on. Yeah.
Rick, is that your phone?
Yeah.
No, his volume is too high.
Oh, turn
You're
your
getting
volume
feedback. Turn your volume down a little bit. You good?
How was that?
Yeah,
better.
Much better. There you go.
Better.
Yeah,
Okay.
the volume is a little bit too high.
So yeah, that's where I go. That's where I go. What you do, Suleiman? You know they try to run. I'm gonna say that. You know they try to run you out the league couple years. Man, Suleiman only set his lineups, man.
I know they did,
Yeah,
man. That shit wasn't happening. I wasn't letting that happen. I was like, I ain't running me out of here.
Hey, oh man, Springs went crazy with it.
Tony, I told you it's petty season.
Springs
I'm in
went
like
crazy.
I'm like two or three
He's not
leagues,
gonna
man.
set his lineup. He need to quit.
I know, man. I was like, come on, man. Damn.
And look, and I'm gonna
I
tell you,
paid my money, man. Let me play.
you played and everything, but you're ride or die. Chris is your ride or die, man. Chris,
Yeah, that's my boy, man.
Chris
You
is
know,
your ride or die.
Yeah,
Just
Chris
like-
stuck with
I
it.
ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere until I win, man.
Nope.
Springs was ready to take a vote. Man, he costing us, man. He costing me.
Because you costed him a playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He didn't
you're
change
right.
his
I did.
lineup.
That's right. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Springs was mad.
He was heated.
boy.
He was heated.
He was really heated.
He
I'm
was ready
telling
to run you out the league.
you. Yep. But yeah, so the other, let me see. I think that was the last question you missed. So given all y'all know about fantasy football and all y'all know about our league and everything, who do you think has the best chance of winning this year, our league?
You know what, man? It's hard to say, Tony, because we so up and down. Like you rarely see somebody win 2 years in a row.
Right.
Rarely.
Yeah. So I don't know. When the last time you won?
About 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago.
Yeah.
We got some people that ain't won yet.
Yeah, you look at it one. I'm gonna win. I'm going to win.
Suleiman, Eric, we got two of them up here tonight.
Yeah, because Dax won too, right? Dax won, bro.
Dax won. Dax won before I did.
Do you ever sit back and think about how long we've been doing this?
About 20 years.
Yeah, we were just talking.
I didn't even start.
My turn.
I didn't even start at
I
the
was
beginning.
thinking it
I've
was
been doing
my
it.
turn to win.
I've been doing it. For
I don't know
about
why I
7
can't win. You know what? I mean, I feel like the Buffalo Bills.
I've been doing it for about 17.
Yeah.
Chris
so Eric, you say it's your turn to win this year,
Yeah,
right?
I feel like the Atlanta Falcons. Like, why can I not win? I was up 24-0 and still couldn't win.
It took me 12 years to win. 12 years before I won a title.
Is this my 12th anniversary?
No, Eric been in longer than that. Eric been in for a minute too.
It took me 12 years to win a title. And when I say it was all crazy, man. When I finally won, man, I think CJ beat me out on everything. CJ used to be my nemesis, man. I was like, I cannot beat this guy, man. I'm serious. And I think I beat CJ in the semifinals, and I forgot who I beat in the finals, but after you get that first win, man, it's like a monkey off your back, man. Really.
Well, shit, I must have a gorilla on my shoulder.
Who you telling? I felt like I'm drowning, man.
You've been in what?
Yeah.
You got at least 5 in, right, Suleiman?
Huh?
You got about more than 5 years in, right?
Oh yeah. No, I've been here probably about 8, 9 years, something like that.
Okay.
Because remember, I was in it and I dropped out. I dropped out 1 year and then came back. Y'all let me back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they knew you couldn't win.
Right. They're like,
they want to take your money. Yeah.
Look, Craig,
man, you gotta give it to us. We've had the same entry fee for out of the 20 years. We had the same entry fee for about 16 years, I think.
Wow.
I don't remember going up.
I think it's crazy that it's been the 20 years.
Yeah,
it is crazy, right?
Yeah,
I think we should all meet again in the good city of DC. You
No
know,
doubt.
let's do it.
I think we should do a in-person draft. It's so hard. The week that we do our draft is always my wife's birthday week and my family's family reunion week.
Rick, we ain't getting your brother out of Texas. He's not leaving Texas.
Yeah.
Your brother not leaving Texas.
we're not offering what it takes to get him out of Texas.
Did you Chuck, did you do any of the in-person drafts?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done some.
Did
Butch
you do the
came up for a
one? Did you
couple
do
of
the
them.
ones where we had the big wheelies and stuff?
I did one of them.
Yeah. So that was the adventure.
I did one of them in Virginia, and I think Rick was at that one too.
That was an adventure.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that was all we gonna say is it was an
Yeah.
adventure.
Yeah,
Now, is that an ECU pirate hat?
Yeah, that's the East Carolina Pirate.
You
We're not
can
gonna
take
put
it
that
off.
on
Take it off. They
I
would never.
was-
that out. So
I was born in Greenville, man.
Yeah, they ain't never won nothing. You can take it off. Is this a good
Nah,
part?
I'm gonna represent my
Do
home.
they even have a football team? I don't remember. Do they even have a football team?
Oh yeah, they used to.
Yeah,
Till Coastal Carolina came along.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Coastal Carolina taking all their picks, and they let the black coach go. They went to a bowl.
But they had
with the
to.
black coach.
Yeah, they had. To.
Tony, did you grow up? You grew up in Carolina?
I grew up, 18 years, and my first 18 years of my life in North Carolina.
Real? Where is it near?
Greenville.
Greenville.
Yeah, I left Greenville. I went to Greenville Rose High School, and we were a football dominant school. And then I went to St. Aug. Then I went to St. Aug for 4 years.
It's just,
And that was a football dominant school, or did they not have football there?
St. Aug didn't have no football team.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same like Johnson C. Smith. They didn't have nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Those CIAA schools, we were second level HBCUs. We weren't as far as sports go.
Second, not third.
You could put us at third. I would go so far as say it's third. My high school gym held 3 times as many people as my college gym.
wow.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
But I didn't go there
on
for
the
that. I
western-
went there for the education. And
So you
stuff.
more on the western part of Carolina.
On the eastern.
East. So are you near? Were you near Rocky Mount?
Yeah, I was east of Rocky Mount.
Okay.
So Rocky Mount, when you come from Raleigh, you hit Rocky Mount first, and then you hit Greenville, then you hit Washington and Wilmington. We were probably about 40 miles, 50 miles from the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was there a weekend before last for my brother's we had a family reunion. He was got an award, so I went there for his. So yeah. But yeah, North Carolina is where I was born there. But for the last 40, 50 years of my life, I haven't stayed in North Carolina,
Were you 70 years old?
Yeah, almost. I'm 67.
Close.
67. You almost got it. You two were close, but you almost got it.
Oh man.
That's wild because when you said your age a couple months ago, I was like, man, I didn't even realize you were that old.
Yeah, I didn't go in the military until I was 25.
Yeah.
I went in the military when I was 25 and did 21 years, and then did JRTC for 16 years.
Okay.
Retired from there too. So, yeah, man. I'm the older one. I knew Bate. I knew Bate when he was a little airman, man. Little airman. I kind of mentored him for a little while. Me and him was on the same path. We both got Airman of the Year. We both got NCO of the Year, and we kept climbing up like that, And he went to DIA, and I followed him to DIA, and I became Clapper's driver and assistant, in DIA. Yeah.
Wow.
So
what year was that?
I was in Thunderbirds from 91 to 93. And
that was it. Bacon and I were at DIA from 91 to 94.
Yeah, so I got to DIA the last part of 93, and I was Clapper's driver from 94 to 95, 96, something like that. And then I went over to the DIAC and worked for the senior enlisted advisor.
I drove for the first black general of OSI in '98. His name was Frank Taylor.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, because before he became when did he start? Did he start 97 or 98?
Like 97.
97.
Yeah.
Because Clapper used to talk to him sometime, you know.
Man,
so,
you know what I like so much about that dude? Grew up in Southeast back when it was kind of, when Southeast was kind of gentrified or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Like it is. Yeah, he grew up in Southeast. That dude would give them white people hell, and I loved every minute of it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He would get in them staff meetings, man, and he would wear them out because he was real smart. I mean, think about it. This is the first black general of OSI. OSI is predominantly white.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And he made it all the way to the top seat. I love it.
Yeah. That I didn't know you had. I didn't even know you drove for him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Bate, me and Bate go back a long way. Bate talk a lot of junk. How many championships do he have?
I don't know, man. What maybe about 3.
CJ got the most? CJ got the most.
CJ got the most, I think.
Yeah, Spriggs got 2 or 3, and CJ. I think CJ got
any. Does Steve got any?
I don't know. He does. He got 1.
Everybody got at least 1 except for me because we were talking about it on text one day. I was like, I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, nobody want to be boastful. They said be humble in your winning.
Look,
be humble.
Look, some of them be going all out. So like Rico, man, Rico will make $100 worth of transactions, man, in a season.
Exactly. Rico gonna buy his way through the season.
He will try and buy his way to a championship.
Rico like Dallas's owner, man, like Jerry Jones, man.
We got some people that do no transactions.
Me.
Who won it one year with no transaction almost? Somebody won it.
And you're right. Suleiman didn't make any last year.
I didn't make any last year.
Springs was mad about that too. Springs.
Wow, man, I don't have to make it.
Springs said he ain't even trying to make his team no better.
Springs will leave me the hell alone, man. He's worried about his own team.
Man, Spriggs is a hater. Spriggs is one of the
big man, I'm like, stop hating, man. Worry about your own team.
Damn, I'm losing because of him. He was mad, boy. He was mad. But yeah, man.
I think we'll have a good season, man. I think it'll be cool.
So it's needless to say, Eric and Suleiman, y'all believe y'all gonna win it this year, right?
I think I'm gonna win it this year. I got a good team, man.
How about you, Eric?
Somebody said it's like gambling. It takes luck. We'll see. We'll see.
A little skill. It takes some skill.
We'll see. It doesn't take much skill.
It takes skill.
It do take changing your lineup around. You do gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, I think, other than when they sit people towards the end, close to the playoff, is, the IR. Because we had a couple of times over the last couple of years where if you look on the Friday night report, because Saturday is a bunch of whatever, and then game time, people will be on the IR or they'll just say out, but they'll be probable, first thing in the morning, Sunday morning, they'll be probable on the majority of the websites. So you really kind of don't know.
It is.
Yep.
We've been having a time with that. We've been changing that. I think we've changed that maybe 2 or 3 times over the last 4 years, right?
Yes, it's been a couple times trying to fix it.
Cut off because I don't know why the coaches want to try to hide that stuff so much, man. So it gets crazy. And like you said earlier, Eric, when you almost you got a good team and you almost about to win, and then your quarterback gets into the playoffs and the coach decides to sit your quarterback.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's why I say a lot of
that's
times.
a killer in fantasy football.
Yeah, a lot of times that backup quarterback or that backup running back, that backup wide receiver is gonna win it for you. You know,
better have a good one.
Yeah,
that's why you got to pay attention to that stuff. The
Yeah.
other thing you got to pay attention is to injuries. If you have a guy that's a stud running back or something like that, and he gets hurt, you need to be on Tuesday. You need to be putting in a transaction for that.
Yeah. A lot of people don't look at that, and a lot of people don't look at who's available. But there's Rico, CJ, maybe Bate, and Spriggs. Them guys are the first ones in most of the time. Chuck, I see you in there sometimes too.
Yeah.
But those guys are the first one in there, especially CJ. CJ will handcuff you to death.
Yeah, and we have battles about that too, man.
Yeah.
But
He will handcuff you to death.
Man, I submitted my email before yours. How you get that player?
One good thing about it now is that timestamp, man. That timestamp it gets you every time. So, you know, if there's a good person out there, everybody gonna try to get it. We're gonna have to move on real quick, man, because we gotta wrap up in a little bit. We're at 56 minutes now. We try not to go over 60 minutes, but we're gonna go to the WNBA a little bit now. That's a hot topic also. So the main thing we want to know is who's gonna win the Rookie of the Year. Go with you, Eric, first. Go with Eric first. Who's gonna win a Rookie of the Year?
The white guy. I mean, Caitlin Clark.
Oh, that wasn't a slip of the tongue. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you there.
I mean, you got to think everything is pointing in one direction. They show us glimpses of Reese, but they are. I mean, they had another white girl that balls out of control, but they never speak about her. And she was from California, and now I think she's playing pro ball for one of the California teams, and they never speak about her. But she's good.
How about the Player of the Year? You told me the Rookie of the Year. How about the Player of the Year?
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy. The girl that led the USA team. I can't think of her name.
A'ja Wilson.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And who's gonna win the championship this year?
Sparks.
The Sparks or the Aces?
Sparks.
LA?
I mean, y'all frowning your faces up. It's the same way that
trying to give you an out.
If what's the name wouldn't have got hurt, I would agree with you. If the white girl from Stanford wouldn't have got hurt, I would have agreed with you.
Yeah,
but she gone.
Yo, A'ja is in such a zone right now. I don't see nobody beating them.
Yeah, neither. Because I mean, she got. I mean, not just A'ja, but they got Plum, right? Plum running the point.
Plum. They got Plum.
Then they got the point guard that was out the first part of the year. What the point guard name?
Yep, and she's still working her way into really in the basketball stuff like that.
Yeah. So Charles, you think Chuck, you think the Rookie of the Year is
I think it's a shame, man, that it's so racial right now.
Yeah,
it's real racial right now. Even Cheryl Swoops and Nancy Lieberman are going at each other right now.
Yeah.
Because of that stuff. But I think Caitlin Clark is going to do it. Is going to win. I think she is having an unbelievable season right now. Lately.
Yeah.
I think they won her,
and they're winning.
Yeah. They just started winning when they changed the narrative. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's good, man, but I think that people forgetting, man. Kelsey Mitchell's on that team too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Kelsey Mitchell be averaging like 17, 18 points a game.
Well, that goes to my point. Like you said, Eric, they changed the narrative. They stopped trying to get her 30, 40 points a game and told her pass the damn ball. Look at her assists gone up. Gone up. So now she don't have to press to get her 30 points anymore because she's passing the ball and she's getting a little bit more open shots. And like you said, when you got somebody on your team other than yourself scoring, it opens it up for you. So I think that transaction from looking to score 30, 40 points a game to getting your assist up, She leading the league in assists now. So
Well, she just needed coaching because she played
yeah,
that same style through all the way through college.
right, exactly.
She was kind of like Jordan and LeBron. Once they got the ball, they never gave it up. They were
Yeah,
ball eating. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
until they started getting older. So if she can mature now and her game mature, then it'll be her league. Reese and those will be dead and gone, and she'd still be playing.
Yeah, yeah. Cause Reese played tough.
Reese played tough. She played hard, man. I mean, you
I
can't
got to
take
give
that
her.
from
She's
her.
a little bit unorthodox. And the thing is, I think that people don't recognize is she got a bigger upside because she don't even have the right. She got work on her foot game, her footwork underneath. If you notice, when she get a rebound, when she go up, a lot of times she throwing the ball up. She's not gathering herself and making a good strong move to the basket. I don't think she's learned that. If she spent a weekend, a summer with Asia Wilson, I think you'll see a great improvement on her offense and stuff. And she's not bad on the offense right now.
But she's also got to want to mature her game. But
Yeah.
when she's not on the court, she doesn't have time to put any more extra time because she's got to appease her fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the money can make you a bad athlete, a great athlete, but bad.
That's what bring the money in. So yeah, you're right. I think she wants to be good. I think that's
fine.
I think that's a good thing about it. Is she wants to be good. And she got mean spirit in her and stuff. She got that dog in her, man.
Everybody still look.
What'd you say, Suleiman?
She like Dennis Rodman, man.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
You said Grinder?
Okay.
No, she like Dennis Rodman, man. I mean, she's on the boards, man.
Yeah.
Once she get that offensive game together, she's gonna be putting up 20 and 20.
Yeah.
And
I
you can't
think
take that away from her, man. Rebounding is a skill too.
And we had this conversation with Bake on our text thread. Bake is really high on Caitlin Clark, and as he should be. Everybody should be high on Caitlin Clark, but I think that Caitlin Clark didn't do all this on her own. I think Reese had a lot to do with it, and there's a couple of more people have. Look at the fashion statement that Reese brought with it. She showed that you can be a dog on the court, but still be a model, be a model, and be feminine. Like you said, because a lot of them girls were not feminine. And before Reese got there, you remember they didn't do this walk in. The girls walking in, it's like a fashion show before a game now. What we saying, Suleiman? I'm sorry, man.
I'm not on the Caitlin Clark bandwagon, man.
Yeah.
I mean, one, you guys. I mean, I'm a Big Ten guy. I mean, I'm a Buckeye fan, so I watched Caitlin Clark all through her career at Iowa. She ain't won nothing.
Yeah,
she hasn't won anything. They haven't won. They didn't win a championship at Iowa. She didn't win a Big Ten championship at Iowa. And I'd be very surprised if they win one in the NBA. And then my thing is that they passed over everybody. I mean, you got Breonna Stewart, man. She won 4 championships at Connecticut.
Other white.
And then she won 2 of them in the WNBA.
And she's still bad as on.
She's a baller. And they don't give her any credit.
Yeah, and then you got Kobe's chosen one, Inesco, right. She worked out with Kobe personally.
I get the Caitlin Clark hype. She shoots great 3-pointers, but she's terrible on defense. She gets frustrated when they D her up. And, I just think she's going to be a good player in the WNBA. I mean, because,
but
next year, go ahead.
We have to also think back to being a darling. Okay. It's almost like everybody forgot about Patrick Mahomes and all they could think about was Kittle. Mm-hmm. And it's just because his publicist and his girlfriend's publicist.
You talking about Kelsey?
Kelsey. I knew y'all would know her name. Kelsey. And Taylor Swift, and she saved football. Yeah. So they had a whole different dynamic of the United States to tune in to football. And it's just like, okay, I mean, any good business person is going to go with the hot hand. The hot hand is Caitlyn because it's almost like the Orange Man. There is no bad press.
Right.
Well, guess
because
what,
people,
fellas? Go ahead, Eric. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
you know, people's mindsets are so short. It's a 72-hour turnaround.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, she didn't make the Olympics. They killed that story in 72 hours. Every time somebody would try to bring it up, they would go to a commercial or start talking about a whole different sport at the Olympics. So they were like, you really didn't miss her. But they didn't capitalize on the young lady that was playing well.
Yeah.
You know.
So get ready for the next Caitlin Clark kind of thing that's coming. And it's coming from the white kid from Duke. When that kid comes out, when he plays his college season this year, he's going to be on everything. And when he gets drafted, he's going to go 1 or 2, and then they're going to blow him up, and he's going to be like bigger than everybody in the NBA.
Yeah,
just like
I agree with you.
And that's why I was trying to tell Bate when I was talking to Bate. You know, you got all these players that are exceptional in the WNBA. I can name about 10 to 12 girls
absolutely
that I know is exceptional in the WNBA. The fact that she's from Iowa and she white and she brought the white money to the arena.
Well, and she's straight. You got to keep that in mind too. There's a lot of people in this country, man, that are homophobic.
Yeah.
They won't give the WNBA players credit.
And see, that's why why Angela Reese got such a big following, because she's a beast on the court.
She like
guys. She can dress up. She like guys, you know.
I mean that's what it's about with Caitlin Clark, man.
You know, what's her name?
And I mean, she's not the most attractive chick, but you know, I mean, if you want to hype somebody up, I mean, Breanna Stewart is a baller. But Breanna Stewart is not cute. She's not attractive at all.
Yeah. And that's the other part of it.
I won't say unattractive. She's not marketable for mainstream America.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to the Orange Man. And I tried to fix it, and then I just let it go. 14 years, he was in the top 10 in TV shows for 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
Reagan had #1 box office movies for several years in a row. So when people see them, they felt comfortable. They thought they actually knew him. I mean, they did a study and they asked people from different pockets of the United States. Just so happens there was nobody that looked like me. And these people talk like you talking about a dear family member. Right. And all he said was, "You're fired." Yes, he's very strict and he doesn't play any games. And I was like, are y'all talking about this man that's a straight failure that has filed bankruptcy on every business he puts his name on, from a university to clothing to several failed businesses? If it wasn't him being a trust fund baby, we'd have never heard about this guy.
Exactly.
But since he went to Epstein Island and he hung out with Oprah and everybody else in the TV business, when it became his turn to go to TV, he stayed up there 14 years. He had the #1 show for 3 years straight. So people feel as though they know this man, but they don't know him. He's a big old crook.
And that's the same way they do with Caitlin Clark. Like you said, the people can relate to her. She was relatable.
They made her relatable.
A hardworking white girl from Iowa.
And that's the heartland. And that is the same reason why the Orange Man gave money to all Americans. It wasn't to save America. It was to save the heartland. Because once they shut down, they didn't have Uber and all this other stuff. You ain't got nothing in Idaho. You ain't got nothing in Oklahoma. You ain't got nothing in South Dakota, North Dakota. What do you have in Nebraska? You know, so if you take the colleges away, these states would be the same thing they were when people were migrating to the West the first time. It's nothing out there until you get to California and Nevada.
You're exactly right. Okay, so we pretty much.
Do y'all do this weekly?
Go ahead.
Yeah, every week.
Every Sunday. We tried to do it on Sunday, but it was a holiday this past Sunday. So we try to do it on Sunday at 6 o'clock. We are
Okay.
on. I'm glad you said that. Hold on real tight. Suleiman got something to say. Y'all just stay where you are, okay? Go ahead, Suleiman.
All right, you caught me off guard there a little bit, brother.
I know I did. I know I did.
All right, everybody, thanks for watching, man. As we always say, man, follow us, subscribe. If you subscribe to us, you get all of our content as soon as we finish. You can find us on X at GentsMS. You can find us on Spoutable at GentsMS. We love to have you, man. Good conversations every week. So we'll see everybody next Sunday.
And we're gonna get ready. And before we go, we gotta
Do it now, or I'll hunt you down. Smash like.
Smash like. Do it now. We're gonna hunt you down. The other thing is, since y'all guys, Chuck, you was on earlier during the year, so we're gonna give you a last word if you want one before we go off.
Oh man, I was on the earlier shows, and I went AWOL for a while, man. I love what y'all doing, man. I see the production, and I love the direction that everything is going, man. Just keep it up, man. We're gonna do our best to keep pushing it out there, man, and so that it can grow.
3,500 viewers,
yeah,
and
man,
over the last 2 or 3 months, we've been getting 500 viewers per month, which is growing pretty fast right now. We started out slow, but it's growing pretty fast now.
That's all. That's what's up, man. And I know y'all political guys, the two of y'all, man. So I'll be back after all that politics is over, because I'm not a politic. I'm not a
Yeah, we know
guy.
that. We know that. That's why we wanted to do a show like this.
Once we get old girl in the White House, man, I'll be back.
Yeah, and that's why we do this kind of stuff.
That may not happen, so you may not come back, is what you're saying.
Oh my God, come on! What are you talking about, man?
I'm not sure if we're ready to give someone of foreign descent the White House again. We did this before.
You sound like these black men down here in Georgia. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know her. I don't know.
Look, and I know you got to go. Not even them. We got dumb Tyrese out there saying, yeah.
Oh my God.
I know, man. I think they just do it.
Tyrese didn't take his medicine. You know he on medicine.
Like, man, what is wrong with them?
Yeah, but you always have to look at the backstory for the people that come out. Tyrese has been a bust. He had a nervous breakdown, so he can easily be bought and turned.
Yeah,
for sure.
Same thing with Ice Cube. Same thing with Ice Cube. They're being bought.
Yeah.
These groups are giving them money, and they're coming out and saying that's all. I mean, come on. I'm like, Ice Cube, dude. You're from.
You doing Ice Cube doing moves in the hood and stuff, and then come on.
But that was over 30 years ago. He wouldn't know. He couldn't point to the hood right now. But sometimes our friends on this earth put us in position, and they support you, but they also keep you on a slippery slope. So if you don't want to lose the big three, you say this.
Yep.
We don't care how you say it or how you present it, but you need to say something along these lines, because he's an actor.
Yeah.
Like many rappers, he's an actor. It wasn't as hard as he says he had it. He didn't shoot as many people as he claimed he shot at. So he understands how to act. He gets the drill.
This is what I'm gonna do. Y'all stay tight, okay? We get ready to close this out for right now, but y'all hang tight, okay?
Okay.